What's good, YouTube? Dorsey Made Gaming, and today we talking about defense. Everybody, Dorsey Made Gaming here today. Real quick, I gotta get ready for work, man. Just dropped the kids off at school, but today I want to talk about defense in Madden NFL 18. Man, so many times EA Sports says, hey, we're going to improve defense. We're going to make defense better. We're going to make the secondary backs more aware. We're going to make the linebackers more aware. We're going to make the defensive linemen more aware. And it never happens, especially this past year when they added the new catches in last year and this year and stuff like that. It still took away from the defense. How many of y'all are running downfield with your cornerback right in the hip pocket of that wide receiver? And that wide receiver, you pushing the jump button, you pushing the shuffle button. He never turns around and faces the ball. You push the jump button, you holding it. He never jumps. All he does is kind of sticks his hands up. I'm tired of that, man. And it even happens with some of the best defensive backs in the game. And then playing my story mode, you don't even have a button to jam the wide receiver. Even on NCAA, they had that. I would really like for EA Sports this year to improve the defense, man. I mean, everybody knows this. I know the majority of people may be offensive players, but it takes away from the game whenever the defense sucks. And it doesn't matter how good, how fast your secondary backs are, linebackers, defensive linemen, you don't get that factor. I guess what they need to change is make the great players great. If I have an awesome cornerback, man, you know what I'm saying? Unless he's going against a better wide receiver, it ought to be locked down. Make people game plan, make people scheme. That will cause people on offense to look for more mismatches. Now anybody's a mismatch, and it's so sad that even mediocre wide receivers going against great linebackers are even beating them and stuff like that. And you have these wide receivers making these spectacular catches, and half of them ain't even spectacular. And the defense is just left powerless. I don't even feel my safeties in the football game. I don't feel my cornerbacks in the football game. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel defense in Madden, and that's something that they need to improve on 2018. Also, can we get some big hits? It's the NFL. I understand. Now, let me tell y'all something. The reason why they took the jar breaking, helmet flying off hits out of Madden football games, because EA felt like it promoted, EA and the NFL felt like it promoted headshots with the younger generation coming up. So you had a lot of kids playing Madden, knocking helmets off, and then they get out there going for headshots, trying to knock people's helmets off and getting hurt. Now, I will say this. That's been taken out, yet and still head-to-head contact is still an issue. So you can't blame that. And it does happen. You have some guys that get some clean hits and knock a helmet off. I want them to bring back big hits. If I have a linebacker that has a 90 and above hit power, I want to feel that hit power. Same way with the defensive lineman. Not only that, but put a mode or a attribute into the game where composure. I've said that many times. They have confidence, and I guess that kind of works the same if a quarterback or any player is hot or cold. Their confidence goes down and it affects their stats. I would like composure, because composure is a real life attribute aside from confidence. Confidence is believing that you can make a play. That's having confidence. Composure is, even though you believe you can make a play, you may be shaken or rattled. You see what I'm saying? That way, if I have a defensive player and they get a big hit on the running back or the quarterback, they could possibly lose their composure. If I'm an offensive lineman and I'm getting beat by a defensive lineman every play, I could lose my composure and end up making a mistake. Something different like that. Something that adds to the realism of it, and something that gives defenses a leg up. Because I'm just being real, man. It seems like Madden is one on offense. Do you have defensive players that make plays every now and then? Yeah, you do. But why is it that whenever they do, you're excited? Because it doesn't happen that often. All too often, like I said, I've seen secondary backs right in great position, a better and nothing. You hold the jump button, you hold the intercept button, you turn around to face the ball, nothing happens. And if it does, it happens too late. And it's like, man, what's going on? You know, secondary backs make awesome interceptions too, and then, the ball's tapped in the air and you got three guys around it and nobody seems to come up with the interception. Come on, man. It's the NFL, man. In real life, that ball is picked more times than not. Like, come on, EA. Improve the defense, improve defensive fronts. If I have three awesome defensive linemen, they're going to wreak havoc on a quarterback, man. Put some different stunts and things like that in there and actually make them work. Because I believe that they did put stuff like that in the game, but it doesn't work. That is the issue. It doesn't work. You need to make it work, EA. Because I know there's a lot of defensive players out there not feeling the love, man. It seems like they focus so much on offense that they neglect defense, man. Defense wins championships. And there's, been so many games this year where the defense just showed up and showed out. I figured even after Josh Norman and Odell, when they did, what was it, last year, that, they would improve something in Madden the following year for the secondary backs. Man, they ain't did nothing, you know? And I mean, that's a perfect example, to have that composure attribute. And if a player loses his composure, he's more than likely to commit a penalty or something of that nature. I think that would be legit. And that would also be realistic. And then you can add an attribute to the player that how good are they at keeping their composure? Because you do have players in the league that has horrible tempers and they lose their composure easily, and you prey on that. We even knew that going in football in college and in high school. If there was a player we was playing against that all we had to do was get a big hit on him and he was gonna lay it down, we preyed on that. You know what I'm saying? Same thing in college. We knew wide receivers that we could take out of the game. If we jamming them at the line of scrimmage, if you a DB and you a wide receiver, these things. A cornerback that gets beat a lot, he's going to lose his confidence and composure. A wide receiver that can't seem to get off the line of scrimmage, he's going to lose his composure. And instead of running a good route, he's just going to try to man up with the corner. Like, it's going to happen. They need to put that in the game. There's so many ways they can improve defense. They need to put that in the game. If I'm a cornerback and I'm running downfield, this is the truth. If I'm in that wide receiver's hip pocket, I'm not going to continue to look straight down the field. No, once I have that wide receiver in my hip pocket, my head goes back when that receiver's head goes back. So in the game, if I'm a corner or a safety and I'm in the receiver's hip pocket, they need to make it that when that receiver's head goes back, the secondary's head goes back too. That way he's in position to make the play, just like the wide receiver is. Get jamming back. I don't see wide receivers getting jammed in Madden. Bring jamming back, man. If my press is better than that wide receiver's release, and I'm in press coverage, and my strength is good, because I done seen some wide receivers in real life get jacked up on the line of scrimmage trying to get off. It was a guy I played with in Southern Arkansas, C. Wright. We call him C. Wright. His name is Clarence Wright. Man, he was jacking boys up on the line. It wasn't no getting off. He was roughing them up. And guess what happened? They got frustrated. They lost their composure. And it took them completely out the game, man. I've seen it. Y'all have seen it. Anybody that's done played football done seen it. Anybody that's done played corner, if you a press corner, you've done it to somebody. I've seen it in high school. I've seen it in college. I've seen it in semi-pro. It happens. Put it in the game. It's happened in the NFL. We've seen it. Put it in the game. How you going to be a simulation game and you're not putting stuff that's simulation in the game? How can a game that's older than Madden have where the secondary backs jacking guys up on the line and you don't have it in the game? Because y'all too busy focusing on offense, man. Too busy focusing on offense. The Steelers, known as the Steel Curtain. The Bears with their awesome defenses back in the day. Defenses have been predicated in the NFL, man. Make it happen, EA. Make it happen, man. I'm not gonna talk no more. Defense wins championships, y'all. Y'all know that. I know that. Appreciate y'all for liking. Appreciate y'all for subscribing. Appreciate y'all for commenting. Y'all see I be commenting back. Thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe. Till next time, y'all. And God bless.